A realistic change that can be made to Boise State University to improve the well-being of students would be to reduce the prices of on-campus retail options, including textbooks and meal plans. As of right now, our university's food prices in dining halls and other on-campus food options are high in price. Usually, the cheaper options often end up being the least healthy. We also do not have a very good textbook exchange or return program. When returning books, even if in good condition, you often get barely any money back, if any. School supplies sold in the bookstore are often also overpriced, and with most students living on campus, they may not have any other option but to buy these expensive school supplies. We also do not have financial support counselors readily available to new incoming students. Meal plan options offered on campus to freshman students are also very limited. In fact, there are only 2 available this year.
According to the Heckinger report, the price of a typical dining hall contract has raised 47% in the last decade, while the food in grocery stores has jumped 26%. At Boise State, our meal swipes are on average equivalent to $12 per meal, which is 3 times more than an average homemade meal. These prices are set at such high prices, but can be lowered by not trying to make up for budget cuts in the cafeteria. When universities need a little extra money, they tend to raise the cafeteria prices, but this is unfair to those paying for university food. The university currently has 2 meal plans, either 14 meals a week or 35 a week. However, most people do not use every meal swipe and lose $12 each meal they do not use. With more meal plans options, it will be less likely that meal swipes go unused. Also, when you compare the prices of fruit, veggies, and healthier options, they are much higher compared to chips and the more unhealthy options, making students more likely to pick the unhealthy option. If we are to instead make the prices equivalent, students will be more likely to consider a healthier meal. Another financial responsibility at this school comes from textbooks. At the beginning of the semester, when students are trying to figure out how much to pay tuition, they are burdened with an outrageous amount of money due for books. Implementing a better program between students that could exchange books would make students not have to worry about paying such high fees.
This change will be made possible by students and staff creating petitions against the high prices of retail options on campus. Students could also go to the board and give them examples of other schools that cut non-tuition costs for students. According to the James G. Martin Center for Academic Renewal, Ohio State University has been able to save $95 million just by switching to common office supply vendors.
If these things were to change and be implemented at Boise State University, the campus would change immensely. Financial counselors would be offered to every student enrolled, which would help students figure out a plan to save money so they can focus on their academics. More meal plans will be offered so that students are not worrying about using an unrealistic amount of meal swipes. With textbook exchange programs, students will be more at ease when trying to find books and not break the bank while doing it, and students will be less likely to not purchase a required class book to save money. These changes will impact Boise State students by being able to focus more on their academics rather than stressing about their financial responsibilities. This will also help lower stress throughout BSU students. Overall, with improved financial well-being, students' mental well-being will also increase.
If these changes would be made in 5 to 10 years, an increase in students would be expected due to the decreased prices of textbooks and meal plans on campus. Students may also decide to stay longer than 1 to 2 years living on campus due to the affordable, healthy food options. Mental health of students would also be likely to improve because students would have less stress about their financial status.